Welcome to Beyond the Noise. Donald Trump approval rating is taking a hit, and many people are concerned about his approval rating. Why? The economy. That's the biggest thing that's going on with everyone, the economy. When it comes to immigration, he seems to have a positive run right there. But the thing that, when you talk about the economy, is due to our shrinking wallets. Is due to our shrinking bank accounts. Is due to the cost of goods being higher. It's also due to the stress that we're getting through publications, through the media, telling us about how things are. So it's opening the door to a worry. So that worry is hitting people. When you look at us as Americans, our normalcy is to have worry, is to have concern. And you can see how we responded when it came to the pandemic. It was a season of worry, and worry was everywhere. So now that we're at this point, even though we're asking for change, and that is the pressure that was placed on Donald Trump, he said that he was going to do certain things, and people voted for him to do that. So we, as the American people, that's what we agreed to. Whether we voted for him or not, that's what we agreed to because that is the system. Whoever wins, that's the agreement. And that agreement, for whatever they say, that's what we follow. But under the circumstances of where we are and what we are to follow is what we implemented as a majority. And Trump is bringing in these things. Now, the reaction of this, the after effect, the fallout, we may not like it. And that's why there's a very strong statement where Trump said, medicine. It's going to be like medicine. And that's what the process is of what we're going through. And if you go further back in time, years back, there was statements saying that the Congress has said we have to kick the can down the road. And in kicking the can down the road, that's brought us to where we are right now. Someone had to do it. Donald Trump is the man. Because it's clear, according to the spoken words of Kamala Harris, she wasn't going to do it. She was going to stay with the Biden plan. What was that plan? To keep spending. So in that area of spending, that means that the things that we're seeing right now will not occur. So that means that the direction of where we're going was going to continue to get worse, and something was going to have to be done. An example of that is the price of gold. Gold does what it do as it is right now. Yesterday, it hit like $3,500. That was at an extreme high. And word has it that the banks, not the public yet, but the banks are setting themselves up. It's almost like a panic of buying. And they're preparing for what's next. It was either going to be done now or it was going to be done later. And so we just have to emotionally buckle down. We have to emotionally get it together. And a part of this also, which is kind of interesting to me, they say that Trump's strongest supporters are getting to the point where they are questioning things. Well, who are these strong supporters? Who are these people that are questioning things? Is it his financial backers? Because if so, they understood, I would say, what was next because they're the money people. They understood how this situation was going to play out. When they say his strongest backers, I feel that they're speaking of those people that are the loudest, the everyday people. So they're questioning things, which basically is saying that we are questioning the things that we desire. Another way of saying that, we do not want to pay the price. Because this is the change. This is an economic shift. Yes, the numbers doesn't lie based on what's happening. Yes, there is economic struggles, But those economic struggles were occurring prior to now. Those economic struggles was occurring, one, we said, due to the pandemic. Those economic struggles can go back to 2008, and nothing has been cleaned up. We just kept kicking the can. And now we're at a point where something has to be done about it. Whether we like it or not, this is our reality. This is our medicine to get better. And we just have to deal with it. Whether we support the president or not, this is the reality. We can say we don't like it. And even though we don't like it, is that going to change anything? Nope. It's not going to change anything. The only thing that's going to change is you, me, us. That's what's so fascinating about this time, because we haven't seen anything quite like this. So even though the economy is struggling, what happens when the economy struggles? There's a bounce up. It comes back. And the ones that do well, even during the Great Depression, the ones that did well was the ones that got into the market, the ones that decided to spend from the purpose of buying assets so that when the market turned around, they was prepared for increase. We're in a different type of economy right now. So some will say that it's gold, it's silver, and those are good investments according to our history. But also, many people are getting into the cryptos. There's Bitcoin and there's Ethereum and there's a few others that are on board. And word has it that as we get into these areas of uncertainty, those products are going to increase. So there's ways of getting through it according to the history of economics, but not necessarily the history of social media, not necessarily the history of Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. No, we have to study this out, and we have to be prepared. And this is very valuable based on where the numbers are. Because the numbers are saying it's an economic shift. That's good news that we're getting that. The numbers are saying that the people are a little bit worried. That's good news too, because we're getting an understanding of how the herd is. We're going through a zigging and a zagging. And the way that the people have said in the past that when everyone is zigging, that's the time that you want to zag. So if everyone's panicking, whatever they're doing, we want to go into the opposite direction. We kind of had that scenario going through when we were in 2020. Many were panicking and they were going in one direction, but if you made the decision to go into the other direction, you did well. See, also there was many people got into social media during that time. Many millionaires were made during that time. So we're at a point right now, whereas we're in that economy that needs your value. We're in that economy that we call it a serving economy, a businessman economy. The answer is with you to figure it out. The answer is with us to figure it out. Because what Trump is doing, it is for the small business. It is for the entrepreneurs. It is for those that may call themselves the boss babes. That's what this economy is. It's not an economy, as we know, that is going to be where the federal government is bringing in the funds, because we see how those programs are being cut. Spending is being cut in those areas. Everything is being set up for the fittest. Are you the fittest through this process? That is how this is going. That's the reporting of this. For myself, yes, there's a little nervousness, but at the same time, there's an excitement. There's an excitement for what's to come. And I would like for you to be a part of that, at least emotionally. Be a part of this excitement, the excitement of where we're headed, because there's so many people that need excitement in their life to know that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be well. We just have so much that's being pushed to have us whereas we're complaining. There's so much in the area of whining and crying. We have preachers that are crying. We have politicians and news anchors that are crying. We have judges that are crying. All of that is happening right now. And so what we have to do is learn how to not participate in those characters, participate in that whining. So, we got inflation rising, we have economics concerns, and Donald Trump made a statement, whereas he doesn't believe in those numbers. Do you expect anything different from him? But here's his point and why he doesn't believe in those numbers that Fox News, those that support him of the big three, CNN, MSNBC, he says that his polling numbers are always different. And he always underperforms in his polling numbers, especially when it comes to negative. So he doesn't hold it as a value, and he put it as a point of fake news. Because the poll also said that his numbers were as bad as all presidents going back to 1953. That's right after World War II. That's where they say his numbers are. Well, World War II, we know, was a very serious change. And apparently we're coming to a point right now, because of technology, because of the threat of coming off the fiat currency, because of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, going to the gold standard, because of the value of minerals. Trump signed an agreement with the Congo to get minerals coming to the West. And because of the battle, even with China trying to be a part of that. All of that is bringing us to a new horizon. This is what's going on. And so as we get to a better of understanding, we get to a betterment of understanding how to invest, especially in this area of inflation. This is awesome. That's my play on it. So when we see where Trump is saying that is fake news, you can take that or leave it. To be honest, it really doesn't matter. But the key is that you are the one to be balanced through the process. And what matters is that you're making the right decision and the right choices for a time as we're in right now. Thank you for being with us, for going beyond the noise. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like as well. Hit that bell and be a part of us on the next video. Thank you.